What is up, YouTubers? Johnza here, and welcome to The First Tree. Now, I don't really know anything about this game. I bought this game a few months ago. I haven't really had the chance to record this because I was busy with other games. but, yeah, I saw this one and I was like, oh, might be interesting. It has a fox in it and everything. I think I have another one that kind of involves a fox that I actually bought more recently. I think maybe a few weeks ago. I don't know. There's just some games I've had and I haven't been able to actually play them since I bought them. So we're gonna be starting the first tree. Especially since around this point of recording as well, the Sonic and Pokemon Violet, I'm almost out of videos for uploading, and there's nothing else I can really record for them currently. So yeah, I gotta get some new series going, anyways. Which I already have Mario U going. I got also There Is No Game going as well. I already have 4 videos of that. So just some few things here and there. But yeah, the first tree. Let's get into it. I know nothing of this game. Involves a fox. There's first tree. I don't know. Well, we'll get to it. I'm also gonna pull up the volume, I guess, up to 10. Hopefully no copyrighted music. Winter. I don't even remember how much this game was. I swear I might have bought, I think maybe this game I got for free almost? Because I think it was on sale for like 99% off. Okay. Okay, there we go.
Are you awake? I thought I heard you get up.
Yeah, I'm awake. Sorry, I just can't sleep.
Are you thinking about him?
Yeah, a bit. You should get back to sleep, my love. I'm fine.
No, it's okay. What else is on your mind?
I don't know. It seems weird, but I had one of the most vivid dreams of my life.
Oh.
I saw a fox on a snowy mountain.
Oh.
Just looking confused.
I'm the dream.
Those eyes.
I'm just exploring, man. You don't have to tell me I'm confused.
She was running in the windy snow, looking for something.
Do you think it has to do with you and what's been going on?
I don't know. It was just a dream, Rachel. They're not meant to make sense. A lot's happened the past couple days, that's all.
Well, if you're not going to sleep anyway, you should tell me.
Double jump. Ooh.
I want to hear.
All right.
Okay, so it seems like a narrative. Okay, it seems like they stopped talking. So, this dude's talking to his wife, I guess, about a dream he had about this fox, the first tree, I guess. So, yeah, interesting. I was not expecting a narrative like that. I was wondering why there was a male and female voice happening. I didn't even know I had double jump. I can sneak, walk. Let's just enjoy the scenery. Look at this nice open environment as a fox, There's your big ass mountain. Let's see. I think A is just to interact. I don't know if. Okay, X you can. Okay, if you hold X, you can sneak. What if you press that and then. No, okay, I guess it's while you're running, then you can do this. Okay, so L and R to zoom in. So R is to zoom in, L is to zoom out. Alrighty. Onwards! This is a nice, pretty game, though. I like it. Well, crows! No!
So, not far from her home, she followed that path to something unexpected.
Oh, poor little fox. Oh, see ya. That's a little sad. Can I interact with it again? Maybe move it? Nope, I can trample on it though. Alrighty.
She couldn't stay though. She She had to find her other 2 children. So she took that path. She followed it towards something ancient. Something with answers.
That was this thing's child? I didn't even know. I thought it was just random. I guess it would make more sense because they're both foxes. Oh, that's just more sad. Like, literally said that, I just stopped. I was like, oh, that's his own child. Oh, hello. Oh, something enchanting indeed. The first tree. I don't know how long this game is. Oh, it's raining. You know what? I say screw the path. Let's just go up a mountain.
The fox looked high and low, searching for any sign of her cubs.
Get to high ground.
Beams of light showed the way to this ancient tree. It was as if each one had a story to tell, all their own.
Any up?
The land was trying to tell my story, too. I felt like I was right behind her the whole time.
Oh, I can't jump anymore. No, it won't let me up. I guess that makes sense. Let's just follow the path. Boy, am I supposed to collect those? I can jump pretty high. Collect. Yeah, I'm supposed to collect it. Alright, let's just follow the path, I guess. We're on our way to see the very first tree and hopefully find our other 2 children. Hopefully not dead. Ooh. Look at that, you see some more shinies all around. Like in different spots. Hello. I see animals. Friends! I'm chasing the bunnies. Come here, bunnies! I'm gonna chase ya. Alrighty. Music's pretty nice though. Definitely a nice, definitely a nice game so far. Bush. Oh, bird! Bird! Where? I see a few. Oh, actually, there's a few in the sky. Please do not eat any more of my children, please. I saw some of you already eating some of them. I can kind of, I don't know if you guys can see, but I can kind of see like a bit of like a dusty glow, kind of, in some certain areas. Some certain spots. Oh, I go. Seems to be something down this way. I don't know why I would need to sneak, honestly. Running just seems perfect. Is that the legendary sword? What's this? Big.
Do you remember what my dad did for a living?
Wasn't he like a lumberjack?
That's one way of putting it.
Drain?
If wood was a canvas, then a carving knife was his paintbrush. Even after working a 50-hour week, even after his hands were more splinters than skin, he would bring home the nicest piece of Alaskan weeping cedar and make me toys. That wooden train was the first toy I can remember, and I loved it. I just knew from a young age I was going to be a lumberjack, like my father.
Interesting. Do you think when he became a dad, he became a lumberjack and made toy trains for his child? Alright, there was something over here. I saw like some sort of glow right here. Oh, those are rocks. I thought they were birds. I thought I saw something here. Wait, what the? Now I see something. I don't know. There's one that way. I guess I just go around and grab these lights or something. I have no idea. There's one by the rock over there. Should I collect the ones over here first, or... I don't know, let me check over here. Seems like right here anyways. Boing. Oh, there's just more of these shiny things. There we go. And you can kind of see a shine from up there. Let me go this way, and then I'll come back. That'd be a nice little open world game here. I like it. It's adventurous. The atmosphere actually looks pretty nice too. It has some nice common music in the back too. God damn! Stop playing Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Fuck off. Well, it looks like there's something over there. I could definitely see a glow this way. It almost looked like a waterfall from afar. Boing boing. Dig. More toy trains, please.
Usually those kids would leave me alone, but somehow they could tell I was different. They made fun of how far away I lived. They called my dad a sourdough. I was a blabbermouth as a kid, telling my dad stories I made up for hours. But after that show and tell, I didn't tell him much anymore. He didn't know exactly what was wrong, but his best guess was that the toys he carved weren't cool enough.
No.
He carved me a tank. He tried to tell me what it was like to be in a real tank as a serviceman.
I didn't know your dad was in the military.
Yeah, in the army. The sad thing is that I've pretty much forgotten until just now. There's so much I still don't know about him.
I'm sorry. He knows how much you love him. You're going to see him again soon and have some closure, I'm sure.
Dang. Kids pick on him because he doesn't have two cool toys. His own father made toys for him. I mean, you gotta give the craftsmanship. What the fuck? That is a tank down there. I didn't even notice that before. What the hell? Oh, well, there's no story here, but there's a toy duck. Then what's next? A tank! And I survived that fall. Look at this thing. Tank! Alright, we're going to war. Put the war thing on, or put the war helmet on the fox. We're going to war. Alright. There's still some others down this way, so let us explore this nice little world. Yeah, so far we're just kind of learning about this dude and his past a little bit as a kid. How his dad made him some toy stuff. He was bullied because they weren't cool looking or whatever. I guess I'll go for this one that looks very sparkly. I know there's some, looks like 5 over that way, but yeah. What's that? I see something. I see something. What are ya? Let's see what it is. Is it a little park area? What is this? This is... Oh, it is kind of. This is a slide. It's pushed over. There's still more stuff that way. Oh crap, there's shit everywhere. I'm gonna go to the one destination I was aiming for before, and we'll kind of go around that back direction. Is that another thing? What is that over there? I have no idea. Up we go. It looks like another big important thing. Onwards and forwards. Alrighty. Alright, what's buried here? What toy did he make for you this
The
time?
older I got, the more I withdrew.
Oh.
I asked myself, why talk to anybody anyway? Why bother when I'm happy by myself?
Oh.
I started drawing a lot. Mostly animals I saw in the woods by my home.
Oh, it's a
And I
picture.
imagined designing my own hideouts with things like TVs and pantries full of chips and cookies. I think that idea of leaving home and drawing blueprints started my career. I found a lot of solace in that.
I'm not surprised, but I did the same thing, you know? There's something special about having a place to call your own.
And now look at us. Well, if you count renting in an overpriced city.
It's as close as we can get for now.
Interesting. Very interesting light detail there. Oh, there's more spark stuff. I think the ones that have the story, they're like the very shiny, sparkling lights you can kind of see. It's like the little plus thing. So he said he imagined running away from home or whatever, I guess, and starting like a new life or whatever. Whee! Interesting story. I guess like in a place where he couldn't fit in as much and everything, and I guess he felt a lot alone as a child. Oh. Shelter. Oh, chips. Yummy. Alrighty. Where to next? I did not see any spark. Oh, I see something. I don't know what the small little lights are for. Actually, let me look around. Yeah, because it looks like there's... I think I see a bit of a light over this way. Another vehicle. Okay, that's what I saw. There's more stuff over there. I'll come back over here in a little bit. I definitely want to see the story thing. Ooh, but first, I see another... I don't know if these are going to be important later, but I'm gonna grab this. Thank you. And I see at least one shine thing over there, which I'm gonna go learn more about what's going on with this dude and what dream he had, more about his past. Oh boy. Hopefully I know how to get back up from down here. 'Cause I don't think I can just climb up the way I came down. Onwards. Ooh. I kind of like how the sun's reflecting on the snow there. It's like a bit of like a red texture, which is nice. I like it. I also like how some areas are just all like... They're like darker snow. In a way, too. Definitely a nice environment. Yo, is that a rocket ship? Yo, let's go to space, man. I want to go to space. Oh, no, it's a slide. I mean, it's shaped like a rocket ship, but it's only a slide. Let me on. Yeah, let's go to space. Let's see what's over here. Maybe it's gonna be a rocket ship he has next. Maybe his dream is to become an astronaut now. Let's see what's buried over here.
As a kid, did you ever do show and tell in your class?
Yeah,
that
I
video
think I
game?
only did it once, when I was in the 4th grade. You know how my life was around then. I wanted to show my class
that's a boat.
what helped pass the time and distracted me. So I brought a dozen paper cranes I had made. I think I told everyone how badly I wanted to be a bird and fly, embarrassingly enough.
Don't be embarrassed. Every kid wants to fly. For me, it was another toy from my dad, a wooden boat. I remember guarding it so carefully in my hands as I walked into class. When I sat down, a group of boys immediately made fun of it. They asked which trash can I found it in, or why an ugly log was my favorite toy. When I got up, I didn't even want to tell them my dad had carved it. I said it was a joke gift my friends had given me.
Kids can be so cruel.
Some of them are. I shouldn't have let them get to me, but it did. It's amazing we bounced back at all.
Yeah, you should never let people like push you around like that, or like, I guess like let them get in your head like that. I thought that was something over there. It just looked very like shiny or whatever. I think that's all the light stuff I can see here. So I guess you can move forward now. Because I think I just did a whole loop now. I don't think there's anything else buried here. But yeah. That was one of the things I had problems too, like fitting in and whatnot. I was a bit of a weird kid back then, and obviously not too many people enjoyed me, I guess, so I can kind of understand where it comes from a little bit. I can't say I remember too much, because I don't really remember too much when I was young, but, you know. But as we grow up, like, we kind of all accept our weirdness and everything, so... Well, some people do. unless you're a very typical jerk, like for life or whatever. But yeah. All right, now we're going this way. Can I pause? Camera mode. Camera sensitivity. I guess I can maybe just up a little bit. Subtitle. You know what? Let's have subtitles on. Oh. No, thank you. Wait. No, it's still there. Nah, sorry. I don't think I want a black screen on me the entire time, so. Yeah, there's nothing with audio. I was hoping they'll maybe like lower the music down a little bit because I would like to hear them better. But yeah, it's fine. We can have this in the background. Some more shines going this way. Alright, now we move forward. We have 25 of these now. Is there a shop we can use them in? Oh. Oh, we went to the next area apparently. I wonder if you can even go back to the... Oh. Now we're in a forest. Can I even go back? No, I have to change back to this. I guess not. I guess you're just in the next area. Well, at least it'll be easier to spot some shines. Like, I can already see another story thing just up ahead here. I like the change, though. I like went to winter to, like... I want to say maybe fall just because of the leaves. Alright, what's buried here? We got Tommy Boy.
Teenage years were full of sketching, angst, and trouble.
Ooh.
I wasn't popular or unpopular. Maybe just forgettable. I guess that gave me a sense of freedom. So I hung out with crazy kids, doing crazy things, even though I mostly just watched the chaos ensue. We did it all. Put fireworks in mailboxes, hide roadkill in people's garages, break windows at the barber shop in Anchorage. My dad was furious, but he was so busy working he couldn't do much to stop me from going out.
I think being an adult means there's no one to stop you making hard decisions. He had to make a living, and he couldn't be in two places at once.
Yeah, I realize that now. But at the time, I was sure he was more interested in growing his business than what was going on with me.
And that's how parents are sometimes. Like, they're curious about your life and they want to make sure you go down the right path and everything. I will say I probably relate to this guy, like, kind of being a little bit, like, I wasn't, like, popular, but I wasn't really, like, unpopular as well. I was just kind of there, pretty much. I mean, I did make friends, of course, but, like, still. I mean, hell, one of my bestest friends I have to this day is technically, like, I met at high school, so, you know. We're still friends up to this day. I haven't really seen them much lately. They've been kind of dealing with their own stuff lately, but still, we're still friends up to this day. I feel like we've drifted a little more apart lately, but still friends. Still friends up to this day.
He was working another late night.
Oh,
My friends were over, saying how bored they were and how they'd come all the way out to my house for nothing. One of them mentioned how that old, ugly beyond belief truck was still in the garage, and how we should take it for a spin. I was only 15, so I kind of fought it for a while. The next thing I knew, we were careening around the mountain path, rocks spitting onto the sides of the cliff, while my dad's cringeworthy bluegrass blared out the speakers.
Cringe.
I drove while my friends were in the back of that yellow and purple truck, throwing beer bottles and trash at anything remotely interesting. Felt like I was soaring in the air with borrowed wings. But all good things have endings. A cop outside of Eagle River pulled us over after he saw us in a bottle rocket into someone's yard. What followed was a long night of talking to disappointed adults and feeling smaller than ever.
Yeah, that's teen life. What are these butterflies? I have friends! Oh, well, they're gone now. It's like right after I jumped. Come along, friends. I shall not jump again, I promise. Oh, wait. Does it help me jump higher? Oh, I think it did. Hold on. Now, let me go grab those butterflies again. Oh, friends, I need your help again. I would like to jump higher, please. Come along, butterfly friends. Let us go. Okay. Go and yeah, they gave me like a kind of a boost at the beginning. I see. Guess this would be my only way up. Thank you, butterfly friends. I will not forget this. Now we're up top. I still don't know what these lights are for. I got like 37 of them so far. I'm just collecting them because why not? I don't even know if they're just there for show. Ooh. More butterflies. This looks like a nice little area. Nice. Before I go down there, I just wanna... Oh, see, there's something up here. I would have missed that. I don't think I can get up there though. I think that's off limits. Anything more down here before I go down there where I can't come back? Unless I can just fall... Oh, unless there is like a pathway down this way. Because I thought I saw some way over this way. Maybe not. I don't see any other way. Just trying to keep an eye on things just in case, you know, I don't want to miss anything. When I see my next story thing, I'll probably see in a second here. I definitely can't get up there. Oh, here we go. Here's something. Fireworks. I guess we went from like his kid years over to his teen years, I guess, is what we're going through now. Whee! Oh, a banjo. You used to play the banjo when you were a teen? Nice little forest area.
After he drove me home from the police station, I blew up at him, saying how I never wanted to be like him, how I was going to be someone and leave that hick icebox for good. He just looked forward at the road with tired eyes. I took out that bluegrass tape from the cassette deck and chucked it out the window. In my sage teenage wisdom, I thought I'd proved the ultimate point. But my dad had a different idea. He slammed the brakes, slowly bowed his head while gripping the steering wheel, and finally looked at me. All he said, like it was a polite request, was, "Make this right." I sat there in silence, fuming, but I eventually got out and combed every square inch of the woods, muttering profanity after profanity. I found it 30 minutes later, near a small waterfall off the road. I went back to the truck, put the wet tape back in, and sure enough, it worked. We didn't speak another word to each other the rest of the night.
Wow, I knew you were a crazy teenager, but...
It's hard to believe, isn't it? It surprises me too. It's like I didn't really know who that kid was back then. I bet my dad thought the same thing over and over. It's almost like he was saying, "Make this right," to himself, more than to me.
Interesting. Oh. I have powers. I literally just climbed that wall of flying. I'm a flying fox. But yeah, sometimes whenever you're young, you sometimes don't really get along with your parents. I mean, I'll say this, I'm not really the closest with my parents, but if anything, I still love them, and of course I appreciate everything they've done for me up to this point as well, so... Yeah, you gotta appreciate what you have, even though you don't see it. Yeah. I guess, like, in his dad's eyes, I'm guessing, like, he said, like, please make this right, like, to himself. It's like, I must make this better, like, I must raise my son better or something. Like, where did I go wrong with how he is right now or something. More butterflies. I wonder, the more butterflies I get, the higher I jump, maybe? I wonder. Here, let me actually see if I can collect more butterflies. Oh, butterflies! Hello! Oh shit, don't tell me I have to jump to get... Okay, bye. I'll grab you guys back in a second. Oh, wait, shit. Come back. Come back to me. Come back to me. They don't love me anymore. There we go. I didn't see if you can, like, mix the butterflies together. Have, like, another set somewhere. Oh, yeah, you can. You can have, like, 6. I don't know how much of a boost I can get. Because there seems to be, like, another set right there. Like, just as you're going off. So, like, I don't know. Unless you can get onto this... No. Nah, I don't think that really helped or anything. I guess they're just there, I guess. Ah! Well, that didn't help. Water. I don't see anything else around here. I think... Do I need 2 to get up there, maybe? Might need a butterfly still. Yeah, I don't see a way of getting up here from here. Oh, okay, so you do need 3. Okay, so I think well, wait, how am I supposed to get all 3 then? Okay, now we're getting to a puzzle here. Because, okay, the thing is, for that first one, you're gonna need to jump. Actually, you need to jump for both of them. I don't know how... I don't know if you need to, like, slow down and jump. Well, let me see. I'll toggle to do that. No. So how am I supposed to get... Because I can jump for the... It's just, I don't know how I can... Because if you jump, you lose the butterflies. So I'm just trying to wonder... It almost looks impossible to climb this without... Oh, no, it's possible. Hang on, let me... And so far it seems possible. Oh, come on. Nah, I almost feel like I have to get this one first. Okay, I got those. Try to work on the other ones next without trying to jump. Try to climb the rock, which maybe I can get up, maybe on that side and then go over, maybe? Because I think I tried going on the outer side last time, so... Yeah, this looks like it can work. Let's go, like, this way. There we go, now we got all 3. Now let us move on. To greater things, away!
My friends would laugh about that night. And talk about how crazy it was. And I laughed along, pretending it didn't bother me. But it did. I imagined my friends growing old in the bush, unable to find that thrill in those godforsaken ice fields. It's like those mountains were a literal wall, keeping me from leaving, where all I would have to look forward to are lumber yards and evening beers. I had to climb over. That was my only goal for a long time.
Your only goal for a long time, huh? And I left one of the shines behind, but hopefully it ain't too bad. I see some smoke up ahead. What's in here?
If there was some way I could take my love of drawing and turn it into a way of escape, nothing would make me happier. I wanted to create instead of tearing trees down. I wanted to move to the lower 48, not because I hated it there in Alaska. I hated the idea of it. It's like all of that spite inside me had created this monster which followed me around my whole teenage years. I put so much energy into doing what others didn't expect of me. Why did I do that?
There's one fact you're forgetting, though. If you didn't have that fire in you, we probably would have never met.
You're absolutely right. Maybe the destination is all that matters in the end. But then why am I awake? Why am I seeing this fox go on her journey? And why can't I stop thinking about my dad?
Very interesting. Yeah, you always have that like fire sometimes of like passion to do something, and I guess in one way where he's saying that he like with being in Alaska and everything, he feels trapped. So, oh, okay, next area, I guess. I didn't even think that was it. I thought it was just exploring more. I see. Sounds like someone has some daddy issues. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I was about to end the episode, but is this the first tree? Are we already at the end of the game? Is this just gonna be like a one video series? I'll make sure to put a playlist of it still, but like, is this really just the one episode? I don't see anything else around. The first tree. Ooh. Pressed Y by mistake.
The most distant, the times when I detested him the most. He kept reaching out. For a year straight, he asked me every week when we were going camping. I thought he was just dense. Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block campfire at the site we'd always used behind the house. We walked down the mountain path, talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window. I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet, or how those massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set, my dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6. I hadn't even carved it. My dad had helped me, but I still called it my tree. Something about seeing my name there made me open up, and we talked about everything that night in that old camouflage tent. I told him how much I love sketching and design, and how it would be a dream to study architecture in Seattle. I told him how I didn't get along with my friends much anymore, but that I didn't mind being alone. He told me he was there for me, and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a tree to finally get me to talk, he would have left me carved logs with novels on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why it took me that long to realize it, but it was then I knew how much he sacrificed for me.
Yeah, it's the little things we don't realize at times. It's like the sacrifices your parents kind of give you and everything. But, yeah, okay, it looks like we need to find 3 stone stuff, which I don't know where that is. Very touching game so far. I see. Oh, this might be it, right over here. Or this might be the next one. Oh, there's another one over there. Okay, I think this is more of a story thing, and then that's one of the other stone things. I think, anyways. Is that a house? Well, if anything, it looks more like a roof.
On our property, there were old abandoned pieces of a shed and car long left unused. I used to ask him all the time who those people were that left all this junk. And I'm sure he got so tired of hearing it that he made up some elaborate stories how a brown bear ate them and haunted the woods afterwards. What's funny is I think it made those people seem more real. Growing up thinking they were still hanging out, like they couldn't say goodbye. I used to tell my friends how I could swear I saw spirits move near the water, and that always freaked them out. I guess it didn't bother me, because the way I saw it, they were normal people with old cars and sheds, just trying to figure out how to survive and be happy in the middle of nowhere. It was a cool thought that they didn't want to leave, but I was a weird kid.
Well, you had good company since those ghosts like living in a place where they were brutally devoured.
Okay, how do I get up here? Oh, I think I might have answered my own question. It is this way. Definitely some interesting stories here so far, or about his life and everything. Oh, don't hit the tree. Okay, this is how we get up here. Boing, boing. Boing, boing. Sometimes double jump, don't double jump. Oh, here's 3 right here. I don't know if I need to actually collect all these. I'm just collecting them. I don't even know if I need to collect them for anything. Is there anything more down here? Nope. I'm a collector in games. I like to collect things. Oh. Big leap. Oh, this is one of the stone things, though. Yeah. Guessing the other one's back in, kind of back in the direction we were before. There we go. Sun. Whee! Alrighty. Well, I think I'm gonna end this first episode here. We've the moral of the story is this guy has daddy issues, and he's telling his wife about it, which I guess he's kind of remembering because technically this is his dream. Technically, is a fox running around looking for his children. So, yeah. I mean, if you want like more context of what happened, then go check out the last video. Or maybe this is the same video, because I don't know how much longer I even have of the game. We kind of already seen the first tree almost. It's like kind of right there, basically, but I had to take a detour over here because we have to get 3 stones things, and I already took care of 2, and now I'm just going to go grab the last one. How did I not see these? I guess I just went straight for the tree. I didn't. Okay, so these must be like the different pathways to the stones then. I didn't realize. Well, that's what happens when I don't look hard enough, because that's the way that we came from, and then the first tree. This is the, like, actually, if I go here, I mean, you can... Oops. Okay. I don't know what was happening there. But it's kind of like in the background, so, you know, it makes me just assume. That looks like the spot almost. I mean, it could be another story thing, but who knows. Would like more story. I want to try to get as much story as possible, obviously, before like move on, because I think the next area, if there is a next area, is like through some tree branches that are kind of blocking the path. So, but yeah, we're just a fox kind of going around. What's over here?
My dad built a lot of stuff in his free time. If he wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom Clancy novels, he was carving something. He made tons of birdhouses. Not that he was into bird watching, but I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own house, he would have to settle with watching birds move into their little homes. We kept an old mattress in the bed of that ugly yellow truck, so we would drive it deep into the woods and then watch the birds fly into their houses while the sun set. Usually it was accompanied by venison jerky or a cold Coke, but not a lot of talking, which is how we both liked it.
Interesting. Well, I mean, there's a lot of birds here. And very loud birds, too, apparently. Anyways, I see another thing over there. And this last one's pretty far, actually. Oh, maybe we're gonna go up and around, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. Well, it seems pretty far to go from there to there, so I have no idea. Boing. Well, I mean, there's more of a store. Well, I see something there, but I might be back around the tree area. Funny number, funny number, funny number. Sorry, I had to point it out.
We were happiest underneath the evergreens. We decided it was time to finally map out the hundreds of acres we lived on, just to pass the time during the summer.
Puzzle.
He was only free in the evenings, so I would spend the day wasting time on dial-up internet and sketching, and then we would rush into the woods, pen and map in hand, before evening fell. Sometimes the aurora borealis would cast a cold green glow on the mountainside, and we would finish our route underneath a twilight sky. Sometimes I was lonely during those summer days, but there was comfort in the routine.
A lot of teenagers aren't looking for the daily grind, though. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get out, to leave your childhood home. You wanted to progress, to make something of yourself.
Yeah, you're right. That house. I'm sure it's the same as how I left it. Then why does it feel so different?
I doubt you're the only adult to have looked back and asked that question.
Maybe. Let me jump. Jeez, the system. Yeah, because I have no idea where to go from here. Kind of stuck in a rut. Maybe, I don't know. I don't see any other area I can go up there with. And not the same up here. Maybe I'll start going back the way I came along the mountains. And then maybe I can find the spot where I can start climbing out. Because there's more stuff up there, but I don't know how to get up there. But yeah, he's kind of having some memories. What the hell? This little sticker... There's a little sticker on my freaking pinky finger. I don't even know where that came from. I was literally holding my controller the entire time, so I have no idea. Well, I've hit a dead end. Go, Foxman. There we go. Oh, wait, here we go. I see something. This might be the area. Well, I mean, there's something here. We'll go this way first since I see the shiny things. Shiny! Must grab shiny! Nice. Does this lead anywhere over here? Or is it just a dead end? I don't know where I'm going. I'm just going places. I mean, it must lead somewhere. Kind of leads back around, I guess. Let's see. It's up there. Oh, hello. Is it down this way? Oh, I think I see the last stone. It's like over down here. Stone. Here it is. Got it. Now that we have 3 of 3, now I think we can... Oops. Now I think I can go back to the thing. Whoops. I don't know, I'm seeing like a white light up there. Whoops, I keep getting stuck. I thought I saw something. Is there a way to get up in that one area? I'm not sure. I don't know any other area or how to get back up there technically, so... And now I'm just trying to find my way out of here. Can I climb this thing over here? No. Alright, let's just try to head back to the tree then, because I have no idea where else to go. I'm just letting this sit here. Because I thought I saw like maybe another Or maybe that's what I saw behind there, like in the mountains, I guess, the light for the stone thing. Yeah, maybe. Oh, there's something I missed. Come here. Oh god, no, climb! Oh, why won't you make me climb anything steep? This? No, it's not a dead end. It's like, dead end. No, it's not. Alright, then we go this way. And then we're back out into the forest. Do, 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 do. Very nice, peaceful game, though. I mean, gameplay-wise. Just kind of hearing about the story a little bit. It's an interesting story. I said that weirdly. Interesting story. Alright, let's go back to the podium thing. Do, 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 do. Yeah, back over this way. Onwards and forwards. They did get 3 of 3 now, so. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Run, little fox. It would be nice to go a little faster. Although it's either this or this. Which I guess in this case you can enjoy the environment a bit more, but like... I don't know. What's that thing right there? I don't see any other like story thing around here too, so... It's a grave? Oh, that's a tombstone. Can I... I can't read it. Yeah, no, that's a gravestone. I don't see any other story things, so... Guess we're good to just move on, I guess. If I miss anything, then I'm sorry. And I believe now... Yep, it's all cleared up now. This kind of leads to the next area. About to go to the graveyards. Give. Okay, before I move on, see one right here, which I'm not going to go all the way out there just yet. Alright, now we can go out.
The perpetrator stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong. My dad is dead, and he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry for everything.
Oh, his dad died. No, another dead fox. No. Oh, did he? Oh, I think he got murdered, didn't he? Oh, that's a way to go. Gone too soon. You bastard, you killed my papa. You killed my only children. No, I'll actually walk. Hey, you get back here! I ain't finished with you. Whoops. Can I grab this? Wait, no, I want... Oh, well, I guess I'm going down. I'm missing all the shines. Oh, well. And I grabbed a lot within the series anyway so far, so... Oh, fuck. I'm missing all of them. Wait, I'm not missing this one. There, I got one of them. Whoa. don't think I would have missed those. Come on now. And get back here! You murdered another one of my children! Get back here! Oh, but that is kind of sad, though. Didn't even realize his father's gone. That's the thing, too, sometimes you don't realize what you have until it's gone. It's a very painful truth, but it happens a lot to some people. Like, you don't realize exactly what you have until it's, like, gone from your life, and that's, like, one of the saddest truths out there, honestly. You're a very steep hill. I didn't think it was gonna get this emotional, dude. I mean, even when I booted up the game, I thought it was just gonna be like a nice, like adventurous, beautiful game. Man. I think we're just heading into another area. Oh man, look at the mountainscapes. Honestly, this game definitely looks gorgeous for sure as well. Definitely some emotional music going on too. Like, I know it's been like some nice common music before, but I mean this one's like really dropping the beat too. I see a shine over there. Like some sort of memory thing to the left. Go towards the light. But damn, yeah, I was not expecting the little bit of a twist there. Unless there was something that mentioned that how he died or whatever.
I need to go to bed. I just can't talk about this anymore. Good night.
Oh. Yeah, it's hard to go back into the past, especially when something like that deep is happened in your life. Damn. Well, continue on your dream then. Continue on your dream with the fox, and hopefully maybe his last son will be alright. Or last fox child. Since I think he said the other two after we saw the first one dead, so... And we saw one of them also dead. Maybe there's still another one out there. Nobody. Oh. Well, now we're just in fucking space. We'll go towards this
Joseph,
light.
you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and I know you need space, but I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost. Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like?
Oh. Now you get to hear her story. Or, I guess, about her and her mother, I guess. Ah, dear.
You know what it's like not to have a mom at home. And you know how hard that made my childhood. What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds. And it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself.
Sorry, I wasn't really paying too much attention to that one. My bad.
I think we both have always loved animals. And for me, that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property line and wait at the fence for me, but only once in a while. I was sure to check every day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment. I would even steal money from my passed-out dad just so I could buy these off-brand dog biscuits. Even when she did stop by, she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared?
Maybe because they knew nothing about you.
I think my dad was the opposite of your dad in almost every way, except he was in the military as well. He coped with alcohol of every kind. The trailer started falling apart, he got angry, and I withdrew. More and more I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami birds and carried dog biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids. And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so drawn to you.
And that's the thing too. Like you never know. You can relate to some people at times. Like just some other people with how your lives and their lives as kids, even.
Life got worse and worse. And at one point, I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still intact. I had no real friends, let alone neighbors, since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed. Something I can't put into words.
Sorry if you guys also can't hear this. Like I put it up to a good maximum volume as I could. Because it is kind of a deep story, so hopefully you guys can hear it. Bike.
I summoned courage I didn't know I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike.
Oh.
I'll never forget that feeling. The wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat. I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly, and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my foster family. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you.
And yeah. It's weird how some events in your life can lead you, like even horrible like events that happen within your life too, that could lead you to like an amazing life maybe later down the road. Like even meeting like that certain someone in your life too. Like if one thing, like one of the biggest changes I've had as well when I was a kid, obviously, was because I moved from a different city when I was young, and obviously like I know my life would change if that all happened too. Like if I stayed in that original city, like obviously I wouldn't have met like all the people I've met today and everything. So yeah. We're back.
You have strength, Joseph.
Are we in the water?
You're not as alone as you think.
It's all just so pointless. Just waiting for life to happen. It's like having the home I always wanted is cursed out of my reach. The thought of being a parent myself. How could I do that when I couldn't even be a good son? I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I just don't know how things will work out. These quiet hours will turn into years. We'll wonder which roads passed us by.
Then we'll forge a new road together. Besides, I discovered for myself that one fateful morning where any hopeful road leads to. There may be thorns and mist, but it always leads to the same thing.
And what's that?
Family.
I'm so glad that you're part of my family, Rachel.
And I'm glad you're part of mine.
Aw. And that's the thing too, like, stuff happens in the past and sometimes it's like stuck with you for life, but sometimes you just gotta push it aside and think about what's important in here and now and look forward to the future. You just have to pass through all those horrible moments. Dear! Find a new family. Hello. Hi, I'm Wilbert. Nice to meet you. Oh, look how big they are compared to me. Hi. Oops. Sorry. Didn't mean to get in your way. Are you the elder? Hi, I'm the new recruit. Nice to meet you. Yeah, things happen in the past, and obviously there's not really much you can do. Like, there's things that you'd want to do to change that option, too. Like, to change things for the better. But it's the one thing that you can't really go back and do and fix. Like, the only thing to do is to move forward and fix it that way. Hey, friend! Let's go, you and me, a new adventure. I mean, I guess her spirit animal was a deer, so this might be her, actually. Rachel. Come along, dear friend. Let's forget about the past and move forward. Come along, dear friend. I'm not leaving you behind. You're gonna come with me. No, dear, no! Well, forget about the past and move on, right? They died. Oh well, to move on. Yeah, obviously not like that, but yeah. Man. Yeah, and also just kind of hearing her story, it's like how, I guess, like her mom must have died as well. I don't know if it mentioned that her own mom died, and then his father was like, or her father, Rachel's father here was a drug addict afterwards, and was not really being a good father afterwards. So that's why she was like went to a new family and got adopted and everything. Because she said foster parents or foster home or whatever, so yeah. Yeah. Very emotional game. I kind of felt myself tearing up at some moments so far. Are we about to see the first tree? It does feel like this game is kind of coming to an end already. Like, I feel like we are at the climax of it now. Oh, well, more platforming and more shines. I don't even know if the shines even mean anything. I'm just collecting them as we go. I mean, I'm close to 100. I mean, there were some I couldn't get. I don't know, I think I'm just gonna be under, like, just under 100. Well, actually, no. I see a few more up here. Yeah, I'll get over 100. We're fine. That was the main word of the game, if we didn't get 100. Yeah, it definitely has, like, a nice environment as well. It's a beautiful game. It has a nice story and everything, too. Nice message. The mountain! It's not the first tree, it's the first mountain. And I get why it's also kind of called the first tree, because, like, a lot of the things that his own dad did as well was, like, lumberjacking. Of course, there was a special tree in his case that was, like, you know, man, we're still going.
The fox knew her last cub would be waiting for her at the first tree.
Oh, right. Oh, the first tree.
Almost there.
Oh,
Rain
God.
cascaded onto the Jade Valley where the entrance to the tree was. Life was protected there. because that's where life began.
Right, we have to find our first cup
Now
still.
only a mother and daughter left. Items from my life still dotted the ground as she moved closer to her destination. And destiny.
Destiny. I don't know. Down we go. We must get to the first tree. Let's go. We must find our last cub. They must be alive. Come on. I knew I shouldn't let them go out and play on their own. I knew I should have kept an eye on them. 2 of them died and the other one's lost. Yeah. Yeah, if anything, this definitely does seem like it's gonna be a 2-episode, ideal. Gonna make me jump for my, shines now, aren't ya? Now this kind of seems more like spring, where it's like raining all the time. I like how I've bought this game like probably months ago, and it's pretty much like a quick game I can go through. Like I said, I didn't know anything about this game. I don't know how short it was gonna be or anything, but you know. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find any more like memory things. I think we're just kind of moving forward and maybe collecting extra sprites or so. At least I don't think so, because I think if anything I would have seen like more of a shine going around. These are some nice flowers. I see a house over there. I wonder if that's where we're going. I see some shines over there. Those are just regular shines though, they're not memory shines. They're not the memory shines. Even the sound of the rain sounds pretty nice too. Like honestly, I could probably like listen to this and fall asleep. Honestly, it's nice and relaxing. Give me these 3 ones. Let's go. Oh yeah, that's a house up there. White wood. Lumberjack? Oh, I thought I saw like an actual person like standing for some reason. Maybe this was what became of the first tree. It's all cut up now. Son, daughter, whatever I have left. Yeah. Or maybe this is like the actual environment area where he lived as a child or whatnot in Alaska, I think he said. So, oh, wait, what does it say? House, that way. Okay, I shall follow the blocks. Onwards and forwards. Yeah, it's not really too much like for not running, honestly. Like you almost feel like you should run within the entire game. Only in that like one space area where you're kind of following the space deer. I think it's a good time to just... Oh. I see the house. This doesn't look like the first tree. Gimme. Hello, anybody home? Can you sneak? No? Oh. Do I go around the outside here? Oh wait, maybe this is the way in. Nope. I'm on the roof. Anything I need to do inside? Doesn't look like there's anywhere else I can go from here. Is there a way I can get into the house? this way? Where do I go? I'm lost and confused. So I had to follow to where the house is and... I don't know, now do I leave, I guess? Do I go somewhere else? Oh, I can go up this way, I guess. Well, bye, house. It was nice knowing you. Wait, what is that? Maybe that's just a random tree. Oh, I see something like light above there. Am I even supposed to go this way? I have no idea. There's another area down this side. Wait. Oh. Okay, I think I might see where the first tree is. I think that's where I'm supposed to go over that way. That's one way of figuring out where to go. I don't know why I had to go find the house. Let's just go to where the first tree is. It's just this way, I guess. Yeah, the music stopped now. And I see more shinies. And not shiny Pokemon. I wish. Hey, look, it's a shiny Charmander. Alright. Let's see. Okay, hospital stuff. 115. To the first tree. Oh, yeah, this must be the way. I can see a memory one over here. I can tell it's a memory one because it glows even into the sky. I wish there was like a turbo boost. Oh, I see more shinies that way. I mean, it's kind of along the way, I guess. I don't know which way is closer, but I'm gonna go for these first, and then I'll grab that. Yeah, because there's the first tree. It's like right there. Okay. Oh, fuck. There we go. Alright. The first tree is just up ahead. Dig.
Was that the last time you talked to him?
No, I called on holidays, and he would call on my birthday. I guess we acted like nothing ever happened, which was stupid. Didn't
I guess...
ask about his lumberyard. I'm sure he didn't want to ask about my job search. I never went back and visited. I think the last conversation we had was about what movies we had seen and what exactly a best boy is in the credits. I thought he would be here so much longer.
Okay, so he wasn't technically murdered, but I guess a natural disaster happened, I guess, while he was gone, and I guess when he left, and everything, and I guess something happened at the house, and the house was destroyed and everything, so that's probably what happened, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Well, life sometimes, it just kind of catches you by surprise sometimes. I mean, that's the thing for any of us, honestly. Like, our lives can just end like that sometimes, and it's a scary thing to know sometimes. Even when you're just not expecting it, even if you're not in dangerous environments, like, sometimes it can just happen like that, and you're just gone. No! No.
In the distance, the first tree illuminated the wasteland. She couldn't go home anymore. She did the only thing she was capable of. Moving forward.
Oh.
My dad died alone in the middle of the wilderness. I should have been talking to him more. I should have done a lot of things differently.
If the first tree on Earth brought life with it, if it taught the birds to sing and fly and showed saplings how to grow, what could it do for us?
Damn. No, our last cub died. That's sad. And now the fox is so sad. And like I said, like life just kind of happens sometimes. And sometimes it just takes away the people you love too. Just like that, and it hurts.
There was a letter I received yesterday from a name I didn't recognize, with a quote I can't stop thinking about. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. More and more, I'm realizing one important truth. Each of us have our own journey to the first tree. But sometimes I'm not sure I'm ready to take that first step.
You already have my love.
Yeah. There was something I was about to say. It was well before you started talking, but I kind of forgot what it was. Damn. Took a sad turn. First tree. Poor fox, too. All their children dead now because of that stupid wolf. I mean, that's life sometimes. It could just catch you by surprise, and the life could just end like that. I can't even jump either. Well, I made it. The first tree. Oh. Type your answer here. The first tree awakens Okay, the first tree awakens and gently asks if there is one last message the fox wants to tell her children. She replies back and says, let's see, what... you get to write all your answers? Is this like... Do we get to, like, write all these answers in? What would the fox say to her younglings? Like... hold on. You... were... gone... too... soon. I like you can write like 500 in here, like, letters. Oh, okay. I see what the shine things are for now. So technically that's the amount you can put in for your last message. Well, I just used 22. I don't know if there's gonna be more, but... No, that was it. So, those are the amount of letters you can use, I guess. We were gone too soon. Oh. Now we've went on to the spirit world.
I guess her journey was over. But I have no idea. It's only a dream. A distraction from tomorrow.
I don't think dreams normally bring back to memory so many important feelings. Maybe it was just a dream, but it was also a gift.
Yeah, I suppose. But tomorrow we're getting on a plane to the last place on Earth I want to be. The only person that would have made the trip worth it is gone.
You're going to see him and be with him one last time before you say goodbye. I have one last quote for you by Emerson, sealed in an imaginary letter from me to you. It is the secret of the world that all things subsist and do not die, but only retire a little from sight and afterward return again. Go to sleep, my love. We have a big day tomorrow, but I'll be there with you every step of the way.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. Good night, Rachel.
Good night, Joseph.
No. They do. They both care about each other very much. That's a nice little ending there. Damn. I like how you get to send a message to, I guess, the young little foxes before you end. Which is very nice. Man, what a very emotional game. I was not thinking it was going to be this emotional. Damn. I'm glad I played it. It was nice. I liked it. I liked the game a lot. Especially as you just kind of travel the like open lands as Fox and everything. And you have a double jump too, which is not normally what a Fox would do, but you know, I feel like maybe it would be kind of cool to go a little faster, but I don't know. 6 months later. Oh, wait, first person? Hello? Yo, what the fuck? We went to first person mode? Oh, hi Rachel. How's it going? Oh, I can zoom in. Um, okay, hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. I just kind of restarted the recording. Hello, my love. I just restarted the recording because I want this to be the last episode already. Just kind of like 2 somewhat long episodes. I wasn't expecting us to go to first person mode now and actually experience. Oh, so are we in Alaska now? Oh, I guess we like moved to Alaska, I guess. Is that a knife? That's a boat. The toy boat! Hey! There's the outside. Here, let me go into the kitchen first. Oh, this definitely does look like the environment, so. Kitchen. Yeah, I guess we like just moved to Alaska then. Where like he originally was born from, I guess. They live out in the wilderness now. Interesting. Oh, I saw the bathroom before it even opened. Can I crouch? I can zoom in. Nope, I can't crouch. Sad day. Yeah, this is the same house. Yeah, it looks like we just moved in and everything. Oh, I can run. Ah, I have the same option to run. Bye, bitch. Oh man, we have a lot of trash. Hi, honey. Actually, wait, that's a. Oh, child room. Did you even go in there yet? I can't even open that. Am I supposed to go somewhere? Oh, I'm gonna commit suicide. Oh. No, no one should do that. No, 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 no. That's not the message I'm trying to send. I'm sorry. No, no, no. I take back what I say. Honey, wake up. We've been robbed. Honey, we've been robbed. Is this the room I saw? Ah, yes. Okay, so they are having a child. I see. Well, goodbye. I'm leaving you forever. I'm gonna go down this path. What if Rachel dies now? I wonder if we're about to see the fox. Wait, what is that? Oh, maybe that's just a little glitch or something. Okay, it won't let me go off. Good. Supposed to go this way? I don't know where I'm supposed to go exactly. I wish I could jump again. What happened to my double jump? Though I can't even go any more further this way. The power line is what's stopping me from going forward. What am I even supposed to look for? Am I supposed to interact with something? It's back here? Back of the house? Hello? And if I'm able to go outside, then... Oh, maybe we go this way. Well, bye, honey. I'm leaving you forever. You were my supporting wife, and now I'm leaving you. Oh. Well, this looks interesting. The fuck? Hello? I'm not moving the camera, by the way.
What the hell?
Oh, kind of scared me. Is it the fox? Fox, it's me! You're in my dream! Come back, Dream Fox! Oh, looks like it's becoming morning, too. Wait up, I don't run as fast as you. Oh, it's coming daytime again. We're gonna, like, see the fox with its children again. Oh. It's a bit of a wintry area now. Kinda like at the start of the game, almost. Purple flowers. Wait up, fox. It's gonna be harder to see you now that it's becoming daytime. Although you are shining very, very brightly. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will make this one whole episode, like just one giant episode. I mean, just for like 2 episodes for a series. I mean, I don't know if that's really much of a series. So I just like I might actually just cram this into one video. I'll probably cut the ins and outs of the like intro and outro for like, or the outro for last episode, and the intro to this one. This is definitely a nice little environment. Definitely like when I'm like in my retirement state, I would like to go out and live in the wilderness, kind of like far off from everything. Obviously with my family and everything. Well, I mean, I guess with my loved one. It's just so like nice naturey area. Where are you taking me, Mr. Wolf? Can I have your double jump ability, please? Ooh. Lyrics. Oh, I'm catching up to you. Well, actually, since it's where the house was, doesn't that mean I'm catching up to you? Does that mean we're actually gonna find the first tree? I'm right behind you. I'm like right beside him now at this point. And that music being pretty loud. Yes, it is. I remember the pathway. The first tree is just up ahead. Oh, well, he's getting a bit faster than me. Well, now he's really fast. First tree. Oh, well, now it's making me...
What is this?
There's a little note on the tree. Maybe it's from his father. I love you no matter what. Remember to be kind, to respect Earth and all living things. Live your life fully. Have nothing to regret. Aww. The wolf's with his family again. The 3 cubs. Or 3 cubs, 3 fox babies. I don't know what the younglings are called. The first tree. I mean, short game, but like, still, I enjoyed it. Definitely, this is like mostly supposed to be like 2 episodes worth, but like, honestly, I might just cram this all into 1 episode if I'm being completely honest. It was actually a pretty good game, and I think it deserves to be for 1 video. Especially like for you guys to understand the full story, I guess, as well. And I'm sorry if you can't actually message spares you are a memory. Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely a very nice and emotional story. I liked it. I liked it a lot. And it definitely teaches you a lot about how how you can like maybe relate to these, or I guess Joseph, and you know, just some stuff that you can relate to him in general, and just kind of like a little bit about life and death itself too, and some like regrets you might have had before. And the thing is, like, people have regrets for stuff they've done in the past, yeah, but like sometimes you have to like push on, like, and not remember those regrets. Would you like to honestly submit your statement to the first tree to an online moderator database? It may appear randomly to other players. I guess. Sure. Yeah, it was definitely a very good game. I enjoyed it. I think this was like less than 2 hours too. Yeah, well, that was the first tree. I definitely really enjoyed that game. It was definitely a short game, but definitely a nice little story to it. It was a nice environment. Like, everything looked really amazing. I feel like maybe the fox's speed could be a bit faster, especially for me, like, running almost all the time, but, you know. And I liked how, like, as Joseph was talking about his story, like, his wife, uh, Rachel? Yeah, it was Rachel. Was like comforting him the entire time, which is definitely nice. And I can already tell that both of them have like a very healthy relationship with each other. And yeah, like this was a pretty great game. Obviously, I mean, I would recommend anybody to play this too. But like, if you've already seen through the entire video, then you kind of know the story or whatever. I mean, there might be some like shine secret, like maybe some stuff I might have missed here and there. So like, you know, if you want to go look around for it, I think I got most of it, but who knows? But yeah, I don't think there's really anything else to it. Oh yeah, I can't even go to continue options. The one thing I wish I could do though is, well, I think subtitles should be a bit different. It shouldn't just be like a black screen right in front of your fox, almost like somewhat of a shadow screen, and maybe like be able to like have a volume in here too, because there's not really much of volume in here as well. So those are the only setbacks I have for the game, and I guess running faster too. But other than that, cool game. I enjoyed it. I'll definitely put this for a Friday video somewhere, but yeah. Anyways, that'll cut it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching it. If you guys like this video, press like button or subscribe to whatever, and I'll see you dudes in the next video. See you dudes next time. God damn.
No, are you kidding me? Oh wait, it broke. Oh my god. Really, everything. Oh, fucking god.